going on, you guys? Welcome back to Low Country Fishing. I'm Dan from Savannah, and today we have a 13-foot high tide. I'm not kidding you guys. Hurricane Eta has just left the coast. It's out off of North Carolina shore somewhere. So it's no longer our problem as far as winds go, but man, it has dumped a ton of water in here. I've never seen the water this high, honestly. Today's high tide projection is actually right now. We're at the top of the outgoing. It's supposed to be 8.5 foot, but that's not gonna happen. So it is gonna be an absolute river rapids fishing adventure today. So we're gonna head out to Coxspurr Island. It's out in the Sound. There's a lot of oyster beds and a lot of really good structure around there that we're interested in fishing around. Gonna be fishing with me and my buddy Adam today. We're both artificial guys. We're gonna throw a bunch of Z-Man products, popping corks. I think he might have some DOA stuff like that too, but we're just gonna see what's gonna happen. We're gonna stay out of these back creeks because it's gonna be super muddy back there. We're gonna stay in open, clean water. Dude, there he is. Still on? Yeah, he's still on. I'm gonna boat flip this little guy real quick. Boat flip. There we go. What's our water depth read? Did I even turn that thing on?
No, it's on. We're at 6.5 feet.
Okay. No. Let go. Yeah. I'm gonna keep a couple fish today, not a lot. But this guy right here looks like he's in the money. Bang, 14.25. I like it. I like it. All right. All right, you guys, so I'm just gonna do a simple voiceover because it got really windy here every time I turn towards the north. But fishing first thing in the morning, I like to take advantage of throwing a topwater lure. This is a Hedon's Super Spook Junior. I left the trebles on. I've been having good success by leaving these trebles on lately with the trout specifically, so I'm not worried about the Zenline hooks really straightening out like I mentioned in some of my previous videos. But today, it should be cloudy for the most part. So the nice thing about that is it gives you the opportunity to throw this topwater a little longer. It gives you more of an extended period where normally I would put the topwater bait away once the sun came out. Now my presentation with this bait is going to just basically be a pop, 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 pop. And all the action is with the wrist. Now what this bait's doing is it's basically darting back and forth. It's swinging nice and wide, left, right, left, right, left, right. And it's given the appearance of an injured bait fish kind of just flopping around on the surface of the water. But again, work that pause into the topwater lure because as soon as that pause happens is usually when you will get your strike, because that tells the trout or the redfish or whatever else is out there that this is your opportunity. Take advantage of it now, strike. All right, you ready to roll? Let's move. We're gonna fish on the move. All right, we moved spots. We're now across the water and we're next to Coxspurr Island Lighthouse. Yeah. Nice, I got your net.
Feels small.
You want to flip him or you want to?
I'll flip him.
Okay. Little trout coming in, yeah. Little 12er.
Yep.
12, 13. One more month. All right, so if you guys at home want to see what Adam's fishing with, I can show that off real quick. But he's He's throwing an yellow bomber popping cork. That's the Paradise brand. Same one that I like to use. He's got about a 2 foot section a leader, and he's throwing a trout trick. This is iguana daiquiri trout trick color with a red head. It looks like about probably a 2, maybe a 2 or 3 aught. Yeah, perfect.
1/8 ounce.
1/8 ounce weight to keep it down. Like it. That speaks to me. Iguana daiquiri. That is Mr. Kyle Kennedy's favorite color. Kyle, you gotta buy me a daiquiri now for giving you a shout out. You guys never seen Kyle before, but Kyle's a bit of a fishing machine too. He's got a really beautiful Hughes Redfisher 16. He went out, we kind of fished boats in tandem on a trip in Savannah and some of these back creeks that I did with Mark Munn. He is on again. Iguana daiquiri getting the work done.
As soon as they hit that current,
Yeah.
it feels like they're huge. That feels like that.
Yeah, there you go. It's that cork, man. That you want to flip him or you want to net him?
I'll flip them.
He looks hooked pretty good. Yeah, that's a good trout.
They're good.
That's a fatty. That's about a 16, 17 inch trout there. Like it. We're keeping a few trout today, so you trout sportsmen anglers out there don't get upset. We have families and we want to eat a little bit of fish. We're not greedy, but we do like fish. So if you guys want to see how this pin anchor is holding up in this current, that's a 16-foot anchor. It's doubled all the way over, and at times the tip keeps dipping in and touching the water. That thing holds up. It's an absolute champ where it connects in together, that male to female connection. It doesn't move, strip, bend. I've had no issues with it. So if you're interested in seeing the review I did on that pole right there, I'll put the link to that video right here above. You can go back and check it out. But it's basically just 2 stick pins with a coupler that connects them together. So it gives me the option to have a long stake in the water, because right there it's about 12 feet. And then also it gives me the option to break them in half and have 2 8-foot pins. So if I'm at the beach and I want to anchor the boat that way, or if I want to anchor in a situation where I need the front to stay still and the back to stay still, I can stab both sides and keep me out of the way and not have my boat swinging around and disturbing the fish. And another thing too that I don't mention is my Instagram page. One of my buddies like, dude, why don't you ever throw that in your videos? I'm like, oh, you're right, I never think about that. So if you guys are interested in seeing some of the behind the scenes that goes on with my life, fishing, rigging, I put all kinds of stuff up there. It's interesting. DanFromSavannah, that's the Instagram. It's all one word. Yeah, if you guys want to check that out, I'd love to have your follow. You got him? Aggressive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's just outside that slot. Good hook set.
He's thick.
Yeah, he is thick. Thick 13. I got a measuring stick down there on the ground if you care.
This one that'll be between 13 and 14.
Your 13 and 3/4 guy.
That's what
Yeah, that's about the average size for him. Hello, darling. Don't you love it when you're not recording, you catch a nice fish?
I'm not recording.
Well, it was just a bunch of reeling and a bunch of thrashing, and you guys know what it looks like when you're reeling fish, so let's not worry about it. Come here. I know. I'm just gonna get up in your gills because you're going home anyway. How about that? That's a big old trout there, you guys. That's a male. I hear him grunting. That is probably as big as a male will get. I gotta get this hook out.
Only the males grunt?
That's what I was told.
I didn't know that.
That's what I was told. I read it. I read it on the internet one day. It's gotta be right. It's on the internet. Yep. Yeah, the article I was reading talks about how males get to about 16 inches and they kind of, that's about it for them. And that's it right there, 16 inches. Another good thing I was reading too is they were talking about how a lot of people are very protective over the 20-inch female reds or trout because of the eggs. But they're also talking about how these smaller females breed more frequently. So in reality, they can put out more eggs and more little trout babies in a spawning cycle than the big females. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? No one just wants us to catch fish and keep fish, you know? Always something coming out to be like, oh, well, you know, you should probably throw those back because of this. And it's all good. I put the big 20s back, and until we can find more research on that, I'll keep a few. There's a bunch of fish out there. We don't keep a ton, so there's no sweat. But here's what I caught them on. We went to back to my Paradise Bomber popping cork, concaved head, about 2 feet of leader. And what Adam and I were doing originally when we first pulled up is we were anchored right there, and we were trying to let our corks drift back just by opening the bail and adjusting the line that goes out pretty much like that, right? So pinch, pop, let a little out, pinch, pop. We were doing that, but we were noticing the cork action wasn't as good as we wanted it to be. It seems to keep sinking down. The shrimps or the baits were riding up in the water column. So I decided, let's make a change. Let's come down a little bit more. That way we can naturally drift this edge all the way down. And that's how I got that nice trout. As you guys can see, we're in Savannah. That's Coxspurr Lighthouse. There's no mystery for where I'm at. There's no sense in hiding a spot. You guys, if you do come fish here, please be very careful. There's a lot of oysters and it gets very hairy very fast. I personally never fished here before. Adam likes to fish here. He's got a little shallow water solo skiff, so he doesn't have to worry about this stuff. But if you guys come here, take your time, be careful, and leave some fish for Adam because this is his spot. All right, you guys, that is going to wrap up today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the footage, and I do want to let you guys know some bad news that did happen to me. At the very end of the day, I was getting a bunch of good drone footage and some drone shots of that lighthouse, as well as us fishing and some boat running stuff, all the cool stuff that I throw in these videos. And I got a low warning on my battery on my drone, so as it starts to return home and fly back to my boat, it decides to go into an auto land mode. I could not stop it from landing on the water, and it's gone, you guys. The drone is in the water. It's gone. It flushed down the river. Have no clue where it's at. It left us a coordinate of its last known spot. We went to that area. We threw the cast net just to at least try to recover this thing, and it's gone. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to see if I can find a good deal on some drones. If you guys got one out there you want to sell me, please hit me up in the comments section below. But I am going to be droneless, but it's not a big deal. It doesn't stop me from fishing. It doesn't stop me from putting out the content that I do. It just adds that little extra edge that I liked that it was providing. So to end the episode on some good points is me and Adam had a great time out there fishing. The wind was okay, wasn't bad. But the problem is the water clarity was terrible. So to be able to get out there and catch the fish that we did, I think we wound up catching 7 or 8 fish total, is not a bad day in conditions that present like that. So again, it just goes back to spot selection. If you put yourself in a type of spot where these fish are going to be, even on the worst days like we had today, you can still get out there and you can still catch fish, and you can still put enough fish in the box to go home and cook dinner. So that's exactly what we're going to do. I got my mom coming into town. I'm super excited to get home and see her. It's been a little bit, and we're going to have some nice fish fries. So thank you guys again for all the support. I really do appreciate what you guys are doing for me with the channel. But until next episode, you guys take care. I am droneless Dan from Savannah. God bless.